Hello family, how are you? I've been making this video for so long because many of you have asked me to tell you how we are doing after the fires. We're fine, we're back, working on new projects, resolving issues that have been left over from those moments. Things that have broken, that haven't been fully replaced yet, but already much stronger, and having already processed that tragedy, because it really was a tragedy, it was a lot, but it also brought a lot of learning. Apart from telling you that we are fine, that everything is fine, that everything is underway, that we are going to return with new projects and there will be new little things on the channel, I want to tell you I have a little gift for you, and well, I'm going to give it to you in the middle of the video. It's not going to be very long, is it? Of course not. I haven't been making long videos lately. Do you remember a while ago when All These Humans channel came? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm going to leave it here to do an interview with us. And in the interview, it was about how our transition from living in the city of Buenos Aires to living in the middle of the bush in Cordoba had been, what had motivated us, and how we had achieved it, how we had taken that gigantic step. And they titled it I'm NOW. I love that title. And I feel that they named it that because somehow they saw that that's exactly what it was about, that big step, that search for freedom. And also, after the interview, we stayed talking with Bamboo and Whisper, who is her partner. It's what they seek and live on a daily basis. In fact, one of the things that amazed us about these guys who were interviewing us, and they were super young and already living by traveling and working remotely. I mean, they knew half the planet, so to speak. In a way, they were working in different places, and their work could go from one place to another along with them. So they started a family. Today they are 3 with their little daughter. And they have a method, they have a way. We all have in some way a way to pursue those dreams, but theirs is a method that they work, as I understand it, through life building, creating, and achieving. And I would like to remember a bit of that interview. The truth is that it had a lot of magic, a magic that many times is incredible, and that made it become a purpose for us. Not only sharing that it's possible, not only sharing that one can live off the land, that one can have their own organic agroecological food. Would we be correct to say that? Not only that one can have a community with whom to share, help each other and so on, but it becomes a purpose. The fact that everything one intends, everything one truly feels with the heart, manifests itself. Or did we have a lot in common? And what I noticed, and what I was talking about with Bamboo a little while ago, and the reason why I'm making this video is that many of the people who write to me daily have a lot to do with this. They ask me questions about what that process was like, what I felt, how I achieved it, but practical questions. And I don't find it so easy to explain in a practical way. What are the steps to follow for one to live a freer life, or can work remotely? It's like what we had was very specific and it's not going to work. It's not a generic. The good thing about all this is that they did find a method. And they teach a method of how to live in freedom, how to lead your family, your life, your finances towards a freer path. what if we realized again that what? The most important thing is, where do you stand with your mind, and what kind of thoughts do you have? How are you going to intend in your life? How are you going to think towards others? How are you going to think towards yourself? How are you going to treat yourself? And as one goes transforming the thought in their mind and arranging things, everything around arranges, everything around flourishes, is reborn and transforms into magic. And I keep insisting that it's super important to meditate, that spirituality is not about being okay all the time and pretending something that it's not, but about taking charge of one's own shadow, to be able to have an honest internal dialogue, to see oneself with honesty, to see that there are things you would like to change about yourself and start working on it. Because all those things that one feels they don't like about themselves, first you have to be honest to find them. But once you find them, you have to work on them. Because they are not pleasing to you. They are not pleasing to you because they do not belong to who you really are, to your essence, your true self. All of that is what needs to be swept away, what we don't like, what doesn't resonate with us. For that, we need to take an honest internal look and meet who we really are. And it's very important in this process of honesty and recognizing our own circumstance, what this means. Recognize at what moment I am, who I am, how I act, how I breathe, how I respond to others, how I respond to my family. What I feel, I get angry, I hold back the anger. Who am I at this moment? How am I acting? What is the character that I am taking for my life? And to find oneself and let go and release. Well, this video got kind of deep. I'm going to show you a little bit of what's going on around here.